everyone, so today I've got a drugstore makeup haul and first impressions video for you. As with every other girl on the planet, I went into Boots a couple of times, just a few, you know. Every time I went in for one thing and came out with about 5 things. So I thought from the past couple of trips I would lump together everything that I bought into one video for you and kind of show you my first impressions and things like that, because I haven't had a chance to try all of them out yet. And I'm looking incredibly pale today, so I'm just going to get on and slap the makeup on my face. So the first thing I picked up was the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and I've heard from so many people that this is a rather credible dupe. Credible dupe? I don't know. Rather like a good dupe for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, so I thought it was about time that I picked it up, and I've got the shade R2C2. This is Vanilla Rose, and there were so many shades in the store that I actually couldn't quite pick the one that was right for me. I was there for ages. It was a bit of an ordeal, so hopefully I have got the right shade. I don't know, this could go horribly wrong, but I'm going to be applying that with my Kevyn Aucoin foundation brush, which is the best foundation brush ever. It's actually quite a liquidy foundation, especially in comparison to Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. But so far, looks a bit pale on camera, but in the flesh it looks like quite a decent colour match. Blends very easily as well. I really like the way that it's just really quick to blend. This brush can sometimes make blending quite a chore, but actually this has been really nice and quick and easy. Overall, I'd say that's a really lovely foundation. It's very similar to Giorgio Armani, but actually with slightly less coverage and less of a cakey finish. I think it's actually maybe slightly better for what I prefer. I'm actually just tying my hair back because last week I remember you guys were pretty unimpressed with the fact that I did my makeup with my hair down, so I'm just going to tie that back. Ugh. Gone for a high ponytail there. I think that's a much better fit than the low ponytail. And whilst I was picking up the L'Oreal True Match foundation, I also picked up the True Match concealer, and I have the shade Vanilla, which is number 2. There aren't too many shades in this, which is a bit of a pain, but actually I don't think this one is too bad a match for me. I've actually already used this one because I was running low on concealer, so just cracked it open and I just put 3 dots under my under eyes and take my Zoeva face shaping brush, which is 110, and just use that to blend it in. And I just love that concealer. It's so luminous and just really brightening, and it's just such a lovely concealer. I really do like it, and I think it's just ever so slightly too light for my skin, so it does give a very luminous glow, which I like, but it's not too light. And I've got a few bumps on my forehead, but I'm not feeling the need for too much concealer up there today, so I'm just going to leave that and move on to brows, which I am very excited about doing. So I've found a new brow love, and it is a drugstore love. That was half a heart. Love. I picked up the Soap & Glory 2-in-1 brow filling pencil and brush in both the shades that they do. God, this is so rattling. They're out of their boxes now. I picked up both the shades, and they have Blondeshell and Hot Chocolate, and I originally thought that Hot Chocolate would be the perfect match for me. They're both quite ashy toned, which is amazing because most drugstore eyebrow products are not that. They're very warm and just look awful. But these are both great, and I actually prefer Blondeshell, which is the one that's obviously for blonder brows, for my eyebrows. I've been going for a slightly more natural look, and when I say natural, those of you who aren't a fan of a bold brow are going to be like, honey, that's not natural. But for me, in comparison to what I usually like a very sharp defined brow, I've been really liking these for a more natural look, and especially the blonde one. I just kind of fill in the beginning parts of my brows and I'm good to go. It just looks a little bit neater and a little bit more filled in, and it's just, I really do like these. They're very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencils, and 100 times better than the Hourglass brow, whatever they were called. I really did not get on with those. So that's the front of my brows done, and if you're thinking that they look a little bit scraggly at the moment, yes they do. They are in need of some serious attention. I have just not had the time to deal with them at all recently, which is where these have been coming in handy so much. This is Hot Chocolate. I'm just going to use this on my arch, and then we will call it a day for eyebrows. So that is as good as we're going to get for eyebrows today, I think. I do feel a little bit like the crazy eyebrow baby from The Simpsons right now. So I'm just going to leave it there and stop. And I'm going to move on to eyeshadows. The eyeshadows that I picked up from Boots were the Maxfactor Excess Shimmer eyeshadows, which are tiny little cream eyeshadows. They look very similar to the Estee Lauder Stay On Shadow Paint, and there's one that is kind of a very good dupe for the shade Chained, which I've used in a few videos before and I really do rate. So the pinky shade is called Copper, and then the darker browner shade is called Bronze, and they are just stunning. I think I'm going to use the darker, more browny shade. I actually used the pink shade the other day and it was very sheer and it kind of wasn't so into it, but today I'm going to test out the brown one because I'm feeling a little bit of a smoky eye as usual at the moment. So I'm just patting that on, trying not to get it anywhere that I don't want it, because as I just found out, it's really easy to do that. So I've just patted the majority of that on, and then I'm going to take a blending brush and blend the crap out of this. I'm just going to take my MAC 224 brush. Now these definitely aren't the cleanest or easiest to work with. I think the back of my hand is proof of that. So I would definitely recommend having a lot of cotton buds handy for using those, and a brush and a lot of concealer to go in after you've kind of finished working everything in, just to clean everything up. They're definitely not the easiest to work with and you can get quite messy with them, so I think I need to go wash my hands in a minute. Moving on, the next thing I purchased was a repurchase of something that you've probably all seen about 100 or so times. It's the Collection Fast Stroke Liquid Liner. It's just one of those repurchases that is just, I can't count how many bottles of this I've gone through, so I'm just really quickly going to smother that on my eyelids. So that is liner done, and I'm pretty sure it's completely uneven, but I'm just going to roll with it today because it's a Saturday and I'm not actually going out anywhere. I will do an updated tutorial for you guys very soon. I'm very aware that my old one is about a minute long and not incredibly detailed. I don't really talk you through anything, and my eyeliner is done very differently now to how I used to, even though it's the same product. So I will do an updated one for you guys soon. But moving on, I also picked up the L'Oreal /Architect 4-Dimension Effect Fibers Mascara. Long name, lots of words on this tube. But I really like this one, I really like the packaging of it, and that was kind of what attracted me to it in the first place. And I just love L'Oreal mascaras. Those and Maxfactor are the only ones that I use because they are all just incredible. So I picked up the /Architect and I really like this one. So far I've used it a couple of times. It's got a really huge wand and it's a fibre brush rather than a plastic brush. But yeah, just curled my eyelashes and then just wiggling this in. The one thing I do find is you don't get as much grip really easily, and I have lots of very different length eyelashes. I don't words today. But because of that I find it quite difficult to get mascara exactly where I need it. There is a lot of wiggling that has to go on. I'm going to move on to lip products, and I picked up a lot of lip products. It just got a bit out of hand. I don't know what it is about lip products, I just love them. Anyway, I went into Topshop and I picked up 3 of their lip products. One is an old favourite that I have repurchased because I have no idea where the original went, and the other ones are 2 new ones which I have been hunting for so long. And then I also went to Boots and I picked up a lip liner, so I'm going to talk about that first. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Colour Lip Liner. That is really hard to say, I'm just telling you now. This is the shade East End Snob. I saw this on Amelia's channel and she said that it was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillow Talk, which I have and I love, and it's getting shorter and shorter by the day because I just use it every single day and I love it. So first impressions already, it's a lot more pink than the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillow Talk, and it's a lot more pigmented, which is something to bear in mind. That is kind of good because if it's more pigmented it's going to last you longer, you just have to have a very light hand. But at the same time you do not want to end up looking like the frog from Thumbelina, because that is what I look like when I overline my lips. It's just not a good look. So actually with the light hand and a bit of blending it's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillow Talk, which is very good. I'm going to be using this on a daily basis now instead of Charlotte Tilbury because then I won't go bankrupt. And then we move on to the Topshop lip products, which I am so excited to show you. I'm going to start off by showing you Topshop's Nevada, which is a gorgeous kind of yellowy nude. I love this so much, and yeah, that is all. That is what Nevada looks like. It's not too pigmented. As long as you tap it in, it actually gives a really sheer, beautiful kind of nudie wash, and it looks lovely with a smoky eye. That's one of my favourite things to do with it, so I love that. And then I'm going to take it off and I'm going to use one of the following. So these are Topshop's Velvet lipsticks, got that right, and these are the shades Velveteen Ribbon and Blood Orange. Blood Orange is the brighter one and Velveteen Ribbon is the darker one, and I'm pretty sure they did a couple of shades exactly like this last year and they sold out so quickly. So I've had a long think and I'm going for the bright red because I feel like it's a little bit Ariana Grande with the high ponytail, kind of smoky eye and liner. So I'm going to be very careful when applying this because it's quite a kind of matte, quick setting kind of product. I remember I tested this out a couple of weeks ago when I actually picked it up, and I remember that it did set rather quickly, which was slightly terrifying. So I'm going to work rather lightly and quickly with it today and hope for the best. That is lips done, and I really do like this. The only thing I would say that it is quite a drying product on the lips, so it wouldn't be something for kind of an all day kind of daytime wear kind of thing. I would say that it's definitely the type of product that you wear to a party and your lipstick is never coming off on your drinks glass, so I would definitely recommend these for kind of nights out, but maybe not so much in the day. It's very, very drying, like it is completely... I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is it from me today. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and let me know if you'd like to see more drugstore hauls because I'm definitely up for shopping some more. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!